fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
In a speech to a gathering of religious broadcasters on Thursday night, former U.S. President Donald Trump pledged to champion Christian values during a potential second term in the White House. He indicated his intention to safeguard the central symbols of the Christian faith, cautioning that the left has aspirations to, quote, tear down crosses. Quote, remember, every communist regime throughout history has tried to stamp out the churches, just like every fascist regime has tried to co-opt them and control them. And in America, the radical left is trying to do both. Trump told hundreds of cheering attendees at the National Religious Broadcasters International Christian Media Convention in Nashville, Tennessee, the Associated Press is reporting. Quote, they want to tear down crosses where they can and cover them up with social justice flags, Trump added. Quote, but no one will be touching the cross of Christ under the Trump administration, I swear to you, he said. Assuring safeguards for the symbol of Christianity echoes the former president's recent statement to the National Rifle Association, where he assured, quote, no one will lay a finger on your firearms. This commitment aligns with a growing sentiment among prominent conservatives urging Trump to explicitly center his potential second term around Christian values if he secures victory. A tragic incident unfolded on Tuesday at a beach in Lauderdale-by-the-Sea, resulting in the death of a young girl and the hospitalization of a boy in critical condition. Broward Sheriff's deputies and paramedics rushed to the scene on Elmar Drive in the 4400 block after receiving a distress call at 3:16 p.m. local time. Chopper 6 footage depicted a sizable sand hole cordoned off and surrounded by concerned onlookers. The hospitalized children, a 9-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl, were initially reported in critical condition. Regrettably, the Broward Sheriff's Office later confirmed the girl's passing. The deceased young girl was identified as Sloan Mattingly, while her older brother Maddox Mattingly remains in critical condition. Contrary to an initial report stating Sloan's age is 5, investigators later verified that she was indeed 7 years old. Witnesses recounted that the children were engaged in playful digging activities when the ground unexpectedly gave way, NBC6 Miami reported. Desperation ensued as the sand hole, measuring approximately 5 to 6 feet in depth, trapped the youngsters. Sandra King, a spokesperson from the Pompano Beach Fire Rescue, described how onlookers, captured in cell phone videos, frantically dig into the hole with their hands in a bid to rescue the trapped children. First responders, arriving within 4 minutes of the incident, were joined by paramedics and firefighters, as revealed in 911 calls released by the Broward County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday. Rescuers strategically employed support boards to prevent further collapse of the sand as they, along with compassionate bystanders, utilized shovels to excavate the children. The duration of their entrapment remains unclear. Two years ago, when the Russian army launched a full-scale invasion, Ukrainian men eagerly flocked to recruitment centers nationwide, prepared to sacrifice their lives in defense of their homeland. As of today, with Russia controlling approximately one quarter of Ukraine and the two armies locked in a virtual stalemate along a 620-mile front line, the enthusiasm for enlistment has waned. Many Ukrainian men are now avoiding the draft by hiding at home or attempting to secure exemptions through bribery. Along the cold and muddy front line, commanders express concerns about the size of their army, consisting of fatigued and injured soldiers. In the third year of the war, Ukraine faces a critical and politically sensitive challenge: whether it can mobilize enough new soldiers to counter an adversary with a significantly larger fighting force. Russia's population surpasses Ukraine's by more than 3 times, and President Vladimir Putin has demonstrated a readiness to compel individuals to the front lines if voluntary recruitment falls short. The shortage of soldiers is not the sole issue. Ukraine also grapples with a desperate need for Western military aid, which becomes scarcer as the conflict persists. However, the primary dilemma of mobilizing sufficient soldiers remains a challenge that only Ukraine can address, the Associated Press is reporting. To address the manpower deficit, the Ukrainian government is wrestling with finding a delicate equilibrium between coercion and persuasion. Legislative measures under consideration in Parliament aim to expand the potential pool of recruits by approximately 400,000, including a proposal to lower the enlistment age from 27 to 25. However, the proposal faces strong opposition, compelling elected officials to confront profound questions related to Ukrainian national identity.